Hello, this is Steve Cully, formerly the best podcast host in the universe. I am on here not currently for a particular show. I made some critical mistakes last night that were very poor decisions and came from listening to people that I probably someone I shouldn't have. When your life changes drastically and people who had been in it move on and aren't anymore, uh, it can be challenging to handle. Most certainly was for me, a person for years was everything. Uh, Nobody loved me, supported me, believed in me, wanted more for me, saw talent in me more. And because I am a bad person, I'm diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I didn't agree with the diagnosis, but that's what it is. And unfortunately, I continue to get worse. I am a liar, a manipulator. I'm selfish, self destructive, and just a horrible human being. And this person never gave up on me and stuck it out with me for years. And it was too much. Everyone has their breaking point. And they found someone else. And I, of course, didn't handle it well. I lost control of my emotions. I lost control of my feelings. I lost control of myself. I didn't get the help that I desperately probably needed. And it came to a head last night with things that were said by me, things that were said today, a narrative that was created because a friend was trying to help me and prepare me for what was to be in the future. And there was no indication that any of that was true. But I believed it. And as a result, I caused irreparable damage to not even having a chance to be a friend to a person who was monumental in my life for years. Someone I could talk to for hours a day. Someone I saw regularly when I was able to. And I ruined it. I am 100% accountable. I am 100% responsible for my actions. And this is the result. I pushed them into the arms of, I pushed them into not wanting anything to do with me, wanting to be with a better person, a much better person. And, they always wondered if my friends knew the truth about the type of guy that I was, type of person. They think you're a good guy, or do they know that you lie and you manipulate and you can be abusive and you're moody? They know. My friends know. But there's no way for me to salvage this, and it's hard even trying to put into words everything I did wrong. This was the best person that I know. Someone who gave me a million chances. Someone who took my own words, which I always said, you never give up on the people you love. And it costs her probably time because of that. They gave me extra time because they listened to what I said. And it's so hard for me. This isn't a sob story. This isn't me playing the victim. I deserve everything that I've gotten. I deserve to be despised. I deserve to not be cared about. I deserve not to be loved. I deserve to be alone, because when you're that terrible of a person and you mistreat people and you hurt them and you lie to them, and they don't deserve it because they're the best people around. I deserve this. And that's why I wanted to say it, because when you're a liar and a manipulator, people don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. People don't trust you, nor should they. I've proven time and time again that I can't be trusted, that I lie. I've proven time and time again that I can be abusive and mistreat people. I've proven time and time again that I'm a horrible, rotten, evil person. Borderline personality disorder. I probably am a sociopath to go along with it. And it's just been devastating the last couple days and the weekend, because I started talking to a friend. My friend was trying to prepare me for what to expect, because I was really happy on Friday having been able to talk to this person. And I thought that I had a chance, things would get better. And my friend had told me that I am not objective and my perspective is off because I'm seeing things how I want to see them. I want a friendship. I want communication. I want phone calls. I want to be able to hang out. The reality of it, They said it's not going to happen. In fact, it's only going to get worse. The distance between you is going to grow. And eventually you're going to be, if you're lucky, you'll be a memory, but you'll be erased from existence. And hearing that last night, it sent me into a tailspin. And when you don't have coping skills, you don't control your emotions, you don't control your feelings, and you take a bad situation and you pour gasoline on it and you make it 1,000 times worse. And that's what I did. And I was upset initially because the news that I was looking for was fantastic. I completely overreacted to just a picture. It was a picture. And it shouldn't have made me sad or upset the way that it did. But it just reminded me of what could have been and how poorly my behavior cost me so much. It cost me a life of happiness, a life of not being alone, a life with someone, that, that you care about. And it's not just this person, it's happened with other people that I've loved and cared about deeply. And I simply cause drama and problems myself. I have nobody to blame but myself for anything. And that's truly the saddest part, is if I could just be normal, I wouldn't be in this situation. But I am. And there's nothing I can say. I can apologize, but it means nothing. There's nothing I can do. I don't sleep because I constantly just try to think of anything I can do possible to show that I changed. And I did. I did intensive therapy for several months, and it was working. And I quit. I gave up on it because I realized the people who need to see change, the people who need me to be a better person, I didn't see any chance of spending time with them, talking with them, being able to show them that I could be different. And that was why I quit the therapy. I was like, I'm doing this therapy hours a day, and it's intense, and I'm putting in the work. I'm trying hard, but for what? You're putting in the work. You're changing. You're trying to be better, but for who? The people that you want it to be for, they're never going to see it because they're not going to give you another chance, nor do you deserve one, because you've already gotten a million. And why would this time be any different? So I I I just emotionally I just emotionally hit my breaking point last night, yesterday, and I shouldn't have. Developing coping skills was key in therapy, and I never did. And someone whose opinion and view of me, it's all I care about, and it's bad, and that is what that is what is so challenging to handle, to know that the person you may care about most and the people that you've hurt most, they see you as, like, they know how bad you are of a person. You're a liar, manipulator, an abuser, selfish. Do other people know that? They know the real you. That's the real me. And hearing that, and I heard it Friday, like, do they know the real you? You know, the real you. A bad person, terrible person, liar, manipulator, selfish, abusive. That is the real me. And you can't change that. There's nothing I can say, there's nothing I can do that will ever be able to change that narrative of me. And I was a good person. I was. And I'm not making excuses. Maybe it was the concussions. Maybe being a drug addict turned me into a cynical, resentful, sarcastic, negative prick. That's who I am. That's the real me. And I want to apologize so badly. Because I'm a recovering drug addict, I need instant gratification. And when something's wrong, I instantly just want to do something to make it right. And I'm in a situation where I can't make it right. I'll never be able to make it right. I'll never be able to reconcile this. And I don't want to live my life being an evil, bad person. That's not who I want to be. That's not who I want to be. And it's scary to know that's how I'm viewed. That's what people see me as. And I did put in the effort to change, and I did the intensive therapy and reframing my thinking and showing empathy and being present and not selfish. And I just know I'm very lucky to have an opportunity to do a project. And I wanted it to be about redemption. And I just wanted it to be, you know, I survived for months with a ruptured appendix. I became a vicious drug addict. I had sepsis and my foot amputated. I got into a car accident with a tractor trailer that should have killed me. And I overcame adversity and I got back up every time. But this is the one thing I don't know. I do know. I'll never recover from this. I came back from all that, but this loss is the magnitude of this loss is something I can never come back from. And the distance will grow wider, and I'll be out of existence, and I deserve it. I deserve it. I don't want to be a bad person. And the percentages of changing, reframing, and becoming a better person as opposed to just getting worse, chances are probably going to get worse. And there's no talking, there's no hanging out, there's nothing. And they were nice in doing it, not because they wanted to be around me, just because they were good people, the best. It wasn't because, hey, I want to talk to Steve Cully, I want to see Steve Cully. No. I know he's struggling, let's see how he's doing. It was never a choice where I wanted to be seen. So there's really nothing left to say. I am going to I'm not gonna be a bad human being. I'm not living my life as a bad human being. And I'm not going to get a chance to reconcile, make amends. There's no forgiveness for everything I've done, not even close. All I can say is I've never been sorrier in my life. If I could go back, I won't say that. I always had hope. I always thought I'd get another chance, but I'm not. There's no more chances. There's no more hope. And I have to accept the reality that it's only going to get worse as far as if there's ever contact again, I'll be amazed. I really did it this time. I really did it this time. And I said, there's some things you can come back from and there's some things you can't. And I know I've already done a number of things that I can't come back from that I was able to. This crossed the line. This was malicious, and it proves, yeah, I'm terrible. My hope is I'm gonna pay a penance. Believe you me, I'm gonna pay a penance for this. I will get what I deserve. Promise. And I hold out a glimmer of hope for redemption of some sort. That I didn't go through all this for nothing, that this happened for a reason. God has a plan. And all this can't be for nothing. Can't be for nothing. But I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I will get what I deserve. I will have my penance paid and then do everything possible for redemption. And I know that this is probably, I know I don't deserve to see or speak with you again. And I accept it. I accept it. I don't want to be evil anymore. So hopefully this was enough of a life-changing event where I finally do what's necessary and have that redemption and change, make the changes and become better, be a better person, be the good guy that I used to be, that people could depend on. So until then,